Okay, that's interesting. Good evening, everybody. It is Relaxation Tuesday and playing with my new camera, trying to get this to look right. So apparently, the way I have it set up means that my practice will be sideways today. So I hope that you can change that on your TV or computer or broadcast system. And if not, I will look forward to changing that. Anyway, very excited for tonight's practice. I'm waiting for some more equipment to arrive, but in the meantime, playing with my new camera here, which means that as I get into the practice tonight, if you are viewing and following along or leaving any commentary, I will be more than happy to get back to those comments after class. Just because it's hard to kind of do too many things at once, even though I try my hardest. And I will be working on a new microphone coming as well. So yay, as the process continues on, I'm looking forward to having an amazing summer of being up in the mountains for a little while and bringing you classes that are going to be from as many safe places as I can possibly bring, and diversifying our classes as I continue to build my wellness offerings to you, the client, online. Again, my name is Erin D'Elia. I am the creator of the Resilient Mind Method. I practice integrative natural wellness, and that means that for the last 12 years I have healed myself in bringing that program forward to you to help all of the professionals and entrepreneurs out there get through stress and anxiety, and not just in our current moments, but also in the moments where, when we go back to work and we think about what is going to happen next, and whether we have our own businesses or if we're going back to an office job, just what it is to work through stress and anxiety and not let it blind you, not put, little shutters on the sides of our eyes, but allowing us to be present and honoring ourselves in that truth world, and that is going forward in our personal lives and professional lives as we come to the table to create a new normal, whatever that may be. We have the opportunity to grow through challenge and through change. And with Pluto going into retrograde, it really has a lot to do with grounding into who we are and ordering to use creativity to bring us forward as a new version of ourselves. And that could be very small. It doesn't have to be, I learned a whole bunch of stuff while I was cooped up at home. It doesn't mean that, I accomplished all my challenges. It just means that you may have learned something new about yourself by being creative with your circumstances and what was left to be available to you. And so in doing that, we're going to work on opening the front of the body today through different and various asanas in our Hatha yoga practice, using our breath to take us in deeper and create more energy available to move and shift and grow. And then we'll be doing a yoga nidra that will also be talking about opening up and experiencing which is within our sacral area. For all of you who don't know what that is, it's your belly button area. It's this little area right here. It connects, our grounding, our legs to upwards through our solar plexus into the heart. And it's a very pivotal place in which we process a lot of the energy available to us and around us. And we can be very creative and sensitive and open. So it's often blocked, as most things, by fear. Fear of what happens next, fear of how do we move forward, lots of fear. We get it a lot, but we can definitely use it to help us, motivate us to move forward. And so with that said, in practicing for today's Hatha yoga, we're going to use the breath to help us go deeper. And so using your Ujjayi breath is bringing the air in and out through the nose and constricting the voice box / throat just a little bit to kind of create that ocean noise. Sounds a little bit like hopefully you can hear that in this particular camera. And using that throughout the process of movement allows you to really stay focused and present, but it also allows you to direct the energy into the body and through the body. If you need to use any of your fire breath, where we're breathing in and out through the nose very quickly, engaging the abdomen, that brings more energy up into the body. That's why we call it the fire breath. And it allows you to process what you're going through in a posture. So when we're in movement, or we're in a holding position within one of our asanas, you can definitely feel where that edge is, that point where you can't go any further unless you're going to pull, that you need a little bit more help through, or you're just having a hard time sitting there without judging yourself. So I definitely invite you to use the fire breath, using that abdomen to really bring energy up in and out through the nose to help you continue and further your practice today, if that breath is available to you. And then if you need any blocks or straps or blankets or pillows because you might have a limitation with your knees, that would definitely be me with some postures today. Please feel free to gather those around if you haven't already. If you are without blocks, you can always use cans of tomatoes or soup. Using creativity in our kitchen definitely helps. Regular pillows from your bed or blankets from the couch, whatever might work best for you. You can also use a belt and or an extension cord for a strap if you don't happen to have one. So if you've taken the time to gather all those items, the Yoga Nidra section, you might want a blanket, a pillow. We're going to be lying down and not moving and going on a guided journey. So definitely take the time to make sure that you have these items available to you to be very comfortable with. So with that said, we are going to start our practice tonight. And we're going to start with our 4-part warm-up breath. So if you could, I digress. I'm getting ahead of myself. We're going to start our practice with setting our intention. So if you could come to a comfortable seated position on your yoga mat and closing your eyes, bringing your hands comfortably into the lap wherever it is most beneficial for you. And starting to breathe in and out through the nose. Allowing yourself to really feel all of the sensations of breath as we slowly breathe in and out through our nose. How the nostrils become cool, the back of the throat becomes slightly dry, and how the lungs expand and what that feels like in your body. And as you begin to exhale, how the lungs collapse, how the shoulders might roll forward a little bit, how the back of the throat becomes nice and moist, and how the opening of the nostrils become warm. Take a few breaths more to sink into the feeling and the sensation of breathing. And as we continue to breathe, let our practice of yoga today bring us from what is unreal around us to the reality of who we are inside. From the fear of darkness and not knowing to the light of faith and belief within our own hearts, of ourselves and our lives. From a time-bound state of consciousness to understanding the timeless being that you are. And as you continue to breathe, take the time to feel not only your breath and the sensations of your breath, but come to feel your head, neck, shoulders, arms, chest, abdomen, back, hips, legs, and feet, and the space just outside of your body, maybe 1 or 2 inches off of your skin. And as you continue to breathe at your natural rhythm, in and out through the nose, come to be present with the sensations of feeling your body and the space just outside of your body. And when you're ready, you may slowly breathe your eyes open as we now get ready to do our breathing warm-up. Go ahead and come up to a standing position on your mat, taking your time to get up. Alrighty. Actually, hold on just a second. Alrighty. Making sure this is still broadcasting. And if you can come to a comfortable stance on your mat that's hip width apart, for all of you who don't practice yoga regularly, hip width apart is when we take our hands together like this. We bend our knees deeply. We're not trying to stretch yet. Put our hands between our feet. Line up our feet next to the hands. Go ahead and stand up, making sure the feet are parallel forward, not locking the knees, but slowly rising up through the sternum, rising up through the crown of the head. And just taking a moment to sink into this, allowing the arms to relax down by the side of the body, noticing how your tailbone might tuck just a slight amount. This is a very good posture for most people. It's when the femurs are inside of the hips. So it's always a good thing that you can practice at any point. It helps alleviate knee issues and back problems. So to start our practice tonight, we are going to do our 4-part warm-up breath. It's a 3-part inhalation with the last part forceful exhalation in coordination with arm movement. So going ahead, breathing up the first third, breathing out up the second third, breathing up again the last third, and forcefully exhaling. We're going to bend our knees, come forward and exhale, and come back up. On the last breath, which I will announce, we will slowly rise up into a standing meditative position. As we get ready, please push into the feet, rise up through the sternum and the crown of the head, breathing up, out, up, and down. Up, out, up, and down. Up, out, up, and down. Breathing up, and down. Breathing up, and down. Last one. Out, up, and down. And slowly rise up. Taking your time. Allowing all of the sensations to bring you deeper into the awareness of yourself. The space that is your body and the space that is around your body. And when you're ready, slowly inhale, the eyes open. We'll go through one more round of breathing. As we begin, press into the feet, rise up through the sternum, rise up through the crown of the head. Breathing up, out, up, and down. Up, out, up, and down. Breathing up, out, up, and down. Last one, out, up, and down, and slowly rising up. Allowing yourself to just be present. Allowing yourself to be along with any feelings or sensations running through your body as oxygen is coursing through your veins, bringing life into your body. And when you're ready, you can slowly inhale your eyes open. We're going to start today just to getting movement into the body with some sun salutations. So going ahead and coming to the top of your mat, wherever that may be for you. We're going to bring our feet together as best you can. If your feet don't completely come together, don't worry about it. As we press down into the feet, rising up through the sternum, up through the crown of the head. We're going to slowly inhale our hands together into a prayer position before the heart as we gaze down at the palms. And then inhaling again, bringing the palms up over the head, dropping the tailbone, firming through the buttocks and inner thighs as we exhale, pressing the hips forward and coming into a slight back bend. As we exhale, bringing the palms down through the center of the body, coming into a forward fold, bending, allowing yourself to bend at whatever your edge is today. So if you need to rest your hands here, you don't want to go that far, or if you're available, thumbs next to little toes. Relaxing the crown of the head towards the floor, we're actively pressing into the feet and rising up through the tailbone, which brings the body forward just a little bit more. Continuing to use that Ujjayi breath, breathing in and out through the nose, allowing it to bring warmth and energy into the body as we move through each posture. As we take a nice deep inhalation, we're going to step back with the right foot into a lunge today, making sure that our left knee and ankle are in alignment with each other. You can go ahead and come up onto your fingertips like I am if you need to. If you can be flat-handed, that's great. But we are actively pressing through our right heel as we extend forward through the sternum, looking ahead. Using that Ujjayi breath, be centered in the core of your stomach and lungs. As we exhale, bringing the left foot back into a plank today. Body is straight, tightening through the abdomen, tightening through the glutes and quads, pressing back through the feet, pressing forward through the crown of the head. Now, if you need to, you can go ahead and drop your knees, coming into a knee down plank, whatever is necessary for you to be present with me, actively using the Ujjayi breath and not sitting here struggling. As we inhale, dropping the knees down onto the mat, extending the tailbone up towards the ceiling. We're going to bring the chest forward and down, bringing the sternum between the thumbs, elbows in, breathing up, pushing the hips into the floor, coming into an upward dog. Continuing to breathe. Using that Ujjayi breath to take you deeper into the center of your being. To release, exhale the body down, pressing into the palms, pushing up, rolling over the toes, coming into that first downward dog of the day. If this is your first downward dog, go ahead and bend one knee and then the other. Jog it out, making sure that we're pressing firmly into our fingers, not our wrists. Coming up through the back of the body, up through the hip creases as the ankles come closer towards the ground. Keeping your eyes open, using your breath to create balance and strength. When you're ready, inhale, bringing the right foot forward, back into a lunge, extending out through the left heel, and extending forward through the sternum and gazing up. Allowing yourself to be present, being aware of all that you are feeling and experiencing, but not partaking in it. Inhaling again, bringing the left foot forward, back into a forward fold. Keeping your eyes open, being present. Slowly start to just inhale slowly through the nose, and as you do so, slowly bring just the palms of the hands, the balls of the hands, and then each individual finger together. Do not let these subtle sensations that are so telling be missed by you. And as you continue to inhale the hands up. Inhale the torso up, bring the hands through the center of the body. As we extend the palms up overhead, dropping the tailbone, firming through the buttocks and inner thighs. As we exhale, pressing the hips forward and coming into a slight back bend. As we exhale, bringing the palms again forward and down. Bringing the torso forward and down into a forward fold. And the next inhale, taking a big step back with the left foot this time, coming back into a lunge. Actively pressing out through that rear foot, forward through the sternum and through looking up. On the next inhale, bringing the right foot back, coming into a plank. Actively pressing back through those heels, straight, tight body, tightening across the abdomen, the glutes, and the quads, and breathing in and out through the nose, using that breath to keep you present. If you need to use your fire breath at this point to move energy actively from the core out through the body, do so. And the next inhale, bringing the knees down towards the ground, extending the tailbone up towards the ceiling as the chest comes forward and down between the thumbs, pressing up into an upward dog. Tightening across those glutes, pressing out through those feet, and breathing. To release, exhale the body down, pressing into the feet, rolling up and over the toes and coming into your downward dog. Relaxing the crown of the head and the neck, pressing into those fingers, up through the tailbone as your heels come closer to the floor. On the next inhale, step forward with the left foot, coming back into a lunge as we extend out through the rear heel, forward through the sternum, looking up. On the next inhale, launching off the back foot, coming into a forward fold. Thumbs next to the little toes, head and neck are relaxed. Pressing into the feet, rising up through the tailbone, keeping your eyes open. Use your breath to keep you present. As you inhale again, slowly bringing the palms together, allowing the coordination of touch and breath to bring you even more aware of sensations. And as we inhale again, using the body to come up, bringing the hands up through the center of the body, reaching the hands up over the head, pressing into the feet, rising up through the shoulders, up through the palms. As we bring the palms down into prayer position before the heart, closing the eyes as soon as it becomes available to you. And allowing the sensation of air and blood moving through you to take you deeper into feeling, into witnessing your experience as we move. Separating your hands, coming them down to your sides, relaxed. Notice what you are feeling. Are your ears ringing? Does your body tingle? Does your back feel like it needs to crack? Are you hot? Are you cold? Has your breath changed? With the awareness of the subtle changes of this feelings and sensations in the body to help you become even more aware of it and its presence in your world. And when you're ready, go ahead and open up your eyes as we prepare for our next posture. We're going to do a mountain pose into the half moon poses. So coming onto your mat, now I'm looking at you. You can look at me or you can look at the wall in front of you. Bringing our feet together, pressing down into the feet, rising up through the sternum, up through the crown of the head. As we inhale the palms together into a prayer position before the heart. Raising them up ahead over our head, arms alongside the ears or slightly back, and interlacing the fingers into a temple mudra. Continuing to look forward, making sure that your chin is as parallel to the ground as you can. Shoulders are away from the ears. First, we're going to actively press into our feet into the mat. Engage the shins and calves. Engage the quads, abductors, pulling the legs together and up, pressing into the feet, activating your glutes, activating your lower stomach, upper stomach, activating your shoulders, activating your arms, all the way up into the palms of your hands. Using your Ujjayi breath, allow this holding of movement to ground you in deep down into the core of our planet. And release. And as you inhale again, press the hips out to the left as the body comes over to the right. Gaze down, make sure that our hips are square. We don't want one in front or one in back, nice and square to each other. Pressing into that left foot, rising out through the left hip, up through the left shoulder and over. Gazing ahead, no wobbly right arm, keep those arms nice and straight. If you're struggling to be here, you're trembling, come out a little bit. Use your breath to allow you to stay present without yelling at your yoga teacher. To release, pressing the feet, inhale the body up. Notice any movement of heat or breath or blood or tingliness as we go from posture to posture. And as you inhale and exhale, pressing the hips out to the right, bringing the body over to the left, press actively into that right foot, out through the right hip, up through the right shoulder, and then out through the hands. And continuing to use your breath to bring you ever more present. To release, inhale, press into the feet, bring the body up. Now for a back bend, we're going to press into the feet. We're going to drop the tailbone and firm through the buttocks and inner thighs to protect our lower back. And as we inhale and exhale, press the hips forward as the body starts to come back. Still rising up through the sternum and then back, continuing to engage your glutes to protect yourself. Keeping the head in line with the spine, don't just let it fall. Breathe and be present. Use your breath to move that energy, to move those thoughts and feelings and sensations through the body. To release, press in the feet, inhale the body up. Release the palms, bring the arms down to a shoulder height. I'm going to turn so you can watch me here. As we continue to inhale and exhale, we're going to bring the torso forward and down, deeply bending the knees so that the abdomen comes to lie on top of the torso. We're going to take our arms, wrap them behind our legs, arms sliding down to where they can slide, relaxing the crown of the head and the neck, engaging the arms as if we're trying to bring the elbows closer together, keeping our eyes open, being present, enjoying that feeling as we've now bended forward from being backward. And if it's available to you, press into the feet and just lift the tailbone only up as far as you can. Making sure that the abdomen remains on top of the thighs. Now notice what it feels like to have the head below the heart as you're using your breath to remain present. To release, release the arms in front. Inhale, slowly pressing into the feet as you begin to rise up one vertebra at a time, closing your eyes as soon as it becomes present and indulging in each sensation as the head rises above the heart. As you feel all of that energy rush through the core of the body upwards and then back down. Taking a moment to continue to breathe and experience. And when you're ready, you may slowly inhale the arms open. Today we are going to do one standing posture. And that is going to be, and I can't think of, Dancing Shiva. I don't know why it's escaped me at the moment. So for all of you who need help, there's two levels to this posture. The first part of your posture might just be this, and if that's this, then that's okay. It might even just be this. But be honest with yourself about where you are in your practice, for that is where we are able to understand the first steps of growth, by being honest with ourselves. So with that said, pick a drishti point, something in front of you that does not move. Now I'm going to turn sideways so you can watch me do this with you. So we're pressing into our feet, rising up through the sternum, up through the crown of the head. Gazing at our drishti point, we're going to inhale the left arm up, palm facing in, and turn the right palm out. We're going to press into the left foot. And as we do so, we're slowly going to inhale the right foot up into the right hand, with the foot grabbing the inside of the foot, not the outside, not the top, not this way, not the thumb on the foot, but just this way. Now we're bringing our knees down closer together, taking that first initial moment to breathe and be here. And if you'd like to go further, as you press the right foot into the right hand, use the momentum to bring the torso forward and down, turning the palm down, kicking the leg out behind you, keeping the hips square as you possibly can, and breathing. Using the extension of your intention from your right hand forward through the left. To release, inhale up. Release the hands, release the feet. Wiggle out if you need to. I'm going to turn the other way so you can continue to watch. Bringing the feet together, pushing into the feet, rising up through the sternum, up through the crown of the head, gazing forward. Take a moment as you breathe to notice the sides of your body and how they feel right now. To notice what it was to have the front of the body open as the shoulders rolled back. We're going to inhale the right hand up this time, palm facing in, turning the left palm out. Pressing into the right foot, shifting the weight into the right side of the body, inhaling the left foot up to the left hand. Grabbing that inside of the foot, making sure our knees are down. Nothing out to the side here. This is the first half of the posture. The other side of our dancing Shiva. So again, pressing into the feet, rising the right hand up, turning the left hand out. Pressing into the right foot, shifting the weight into the right side of the body, and inhaling the left foot up, grabbing the inside of the left foot. This is the first part of the posture. If you'd like to go further, as we press the left foot into the left hand and allow the body to move forward, bring the torso forward and down, turning the palm, kicking that left foot back, keeping the hips square to one another, and breathing, using that breath to take you deeper into the center of your being. So release the posture, inhale the arm up, inhale the body up, release the hands and feet. Close your eyes, sink in, and notice whether or not you were able to be honest with yourself about how far you were able to go today, how much you were able to get done. And when you're ready, I'm going to open your eyes. We're going to bring our feet hip width apart, coming into the center of our mat. We're going to do a standing yoga mudra into our floor posture. So going ahead and checking those feet, making sure they're parallel and straight. Face forward, inhaling, rising up through the sternum, up through the crown of the head. And as we exhale, we're going to take our arms and interlace our fingers behind our back. Now, if this is the part where you need a strap, making sure that our hands are always facing, the palms are always facing one another, not out, not forward, but definitely facing inward if you're using a strap. Taking a nice deep inhalation, rolling the shoulders back, bringing the arms closer together as we inhale and exhale, bringing the torso forward and down until you found that edge where you can no longer bend any further. And then inhaling the hands up off of the lower back, releasing the crown of the head towards the floor. And breathing, keeping your eyes open, using that breath to keep you in stillness and in the present moment. To release this, exhale the arms down onto the lower back, releasing the palms, allowing the hands to come down onto the mat, and allowing them to guide you into a squatted position on the mat. Allowing yourself to roll out your back. If you need to open up your legs. And to come down onto our knees, Putting our heels on top of our sits bones and coming into a seated meditative posture with our hands in our laps. And allowing yourself to sink into and absorb every sensation of what it feels like from standing to sitting and to being supported by the ground. And when you're ready, you may open your eyes. Today we're going to do some of our laying down on our stomach postures. So if you could go ahead and come down onto your stomach, bringing our palms underneath our shoulders, bringing our feet together, pressing into the mat, putting our forehead onto the mat. Our first posture is a cobra pose. So we are going to inhale. We're going to press our feet into the mat, tighten through our glutes, and inhale the upper body up, pressing into the palms, breathing. Opening your eyes, consciously pressing out into the floor through the feet and forward through the body, through the hips and sternum. To release, exhale, bringing the body down, turning the head to one side, turning the arms up alongside the body, closing your eyes and sinking in. Notice what the feeling and the movement feels in your abdomen as it lies here on the floor. When you're ready, slowly open your eyes as we prepare for our next posture, going into boat pose. So we're going to bring our feet together and then slowly separate them out so they're about hip width apart. We're going to take our hands, placing them down on the floor about 45 degrees away from the body. We're going to take our forehead onto the mat, actively tightening through those glutes. We're going to inhale the legs, the arms, the sternum up, coming up, looking up, breathing. Being present, allowing that breath to open up your abdomen as it grounds into the mat underneath of you. To release, exhale the body down, turn the head to the opposite side, turn the palms up, close your eyes and sink into the mat. And as you relax your abdomen and limbs, feel how the energy and breath moves through them. For our next posture, you're going to inhale, open up the eyes. We're going to bring our hands underneath of us and we're going to push all the way up. We're going to come into camel pose. So if you're like me, you can go ahead and fold the mat over a few times if you need some cushions for your knees, making sure that the soft part of our knees is never on a crease. It's always going to be on the flattest, thickest part of the mat. Going to bring our knees hip width apart, so same trick with the hands here, making sure our feet are also hip width apart. Going to stand up on our knees, pressing our knees into the mat, rising up through the sternum, up through the crown of the head. And as we do so, we're going to take our hands out to the side, placing the palms down into the squishy part of the back, bringing our elbows closer together, opening up that chest, camel pose. So as we press into the knees, we're going to inhale and exhale, pressing the hips forward, bringing the sternum back, bringing the head back, keeping it aligned with the spine. This is part one. If you'd like to go further, I need to pop my feet up. If you don't need to, then that's awesome. You can bring one arm and then the other onto your heels, opening up the shoulders, pressing forward through those hips, and if it's available, relaxing the head back, using that breath to open the front of your body. To release, slowly inhale the head up, inhale one arm, then the other arm, come back up to standing. As you exhale, bring the body down, and we're coming right into a child's pose. So bringing the sits bones on top of the heels, bringing the torso forward and down, forehead on the mat if it's available. If not, you can use both of your hands or a pillow. If your knees don't bend this far, putting something here between your thighs and your heels. But closing your eyes, allowing your arms either in front of you or alongside of you, palms facing up. Relaxing through the abdomen, relaxing through the hips, allowing that back to open. Feeling all of the subtle things going on as we were just opening the front of the body and now relaxing the back. And when you're ready, inhale the body up, slowly coming back into that seated position, arms comfortable in your lap. Sinking into all of the blood and fluid moving out of the head and into the abdomen and heart. When you're ready, you may slowly open your eyes. We're going to prepare now for the Yoga Nidra part of our sequence, so if you need to do any additional postures to round out your practice, I openly invite you to do so here. But I also ask that you get ready for our Yoga Nidra. So going ahead and allowing yourself to be comfortable on your mat, wherever that may be. Taking the time to wiggle out any other postures, any other movements. Taking the time to allow yourself to come into a place of stillness and relaxation. Using a blanket to keep you warm if you need it. Using pillows to make it more comfortable if you need it. But allowing yourself to come into a point in your practice where you can sink comfortably and safely into your mat. Allowing yourself to start feeling your bones becoming heavier. The way your muscles feel as they release more and more. Allowing everything to just flow in and out of your body and the space around you, whatever other things might be happening. Letting go. Sinking deeper into your mat. Warm and comfortable. Allow yourself to come back to the breath. Feeling all the subtle sensations moving in and out. Closing your eyes, sinking deeper, letting your bones sink deeper, letting your body sink deeper. And as you do so, know that this place of silence and relaxation is for you to enjoy and to release into. And do not worry if you do not hear everything that I say, or if we get interrupted again. But this is the perfect place for you to be. And that even if you fade away into some other thought, there's always a part of you that is listening to what is being said. So relax into that stillness and knowing that you are present here on the mat and that this is the perfect place for you to be. Come into your final stillness now and remain still for a deep rest and a deep relaxation. Take a moment to come back even further into the sensations of your breath. At whatever your natural pace is, feeling the subtle coolness, a little bit of dryness, the rise of your chest. And on the exhalation, the fall of the chest, the moisture on the throat, and the feeling of warmth at the tip of your nose. Allow yourself to continue breathing and allowing that breath to let your body sink deeper and deeper into relaxation. And as you continue to breathe, bring your awareness to your navel area, the center of the abdomen. And notice that as it slowly rises and falls with each and every breath, notice what it feels. Notice if there is any thoughts or emotions that are in this area, or whether you feel nothing at all. Notice if there is a great strength here, starting to pulse and rise with every breath that you take. And as you go into the depths of this area, notice if there is a subtle truth, a passion, an incredible sensation that's starting to bubble up and rise. And as it does, and as you begin to experience it, see if you can identify what feeling it is. And from there, create a sentence as if this desire and creativity that is wanting to charge forward is who you are in the current moment. It is the life that you get up and lead every time you wake up and you come to this mat and you leave your mat. Even if it is the most craziest of daydreams or the romantic of heart. But give it a sentence that is positive and that is present as if it is who you are currently. I get up every day and I am. Finish the sentence for yourself. And take the moment to say this sentence to yourself 2 more times. And as you continue to breathe, imagine yourself standing in the middle of a room with plenty of windows, allowing natural light, beautiful sunlight to stream through, casting shadows on the floor. And imagine yourself standing in the middle of this room, comfortable, well lit. And feel all of the sensations going on in your gut. Now, if you seem to be hungry or gurgling, know that those are just your physical sensations. But what are the emotions? Feel those emotions beyond fear or anger or struggle or strife. What's underneath? And say your positive present tense statement as if it is, I am strong. I am creating a life I love living, even if I didn't know that's what I wanted. And as you stand in this room, start to imagine all of the people and places and things that you look forward to going to, again, as we prepare to move forward in our lives. Start to see all of the things that we have learned to appreciate in this time of great change. All of the things that we envision doing and being as we move forward. And all of the challenges that don't necessarily allow all of these things to connect the way you daydream. And as you continue to stand there in the middle of this room, seeing all of these things, as you walk up to each one of these scenarios, notice how everyone and everything embraces you as if you are this positive present tense, I am creative, powerful, beautiful person. And as you walk from person to person, from place to place, from challenge to challenge, notice that the more you embrace the feelings and the thoughts of your positive present tense statement, how these places and people begin to change, how the challenges don't look so hard anymore, how underneath all of our fears is the creative power and the faith in knowing who you are, and that we and you are capable of being and doing anything. And that from this place within our abdomen, from in the center of our being, we can bring forward opportunity and choice and truth. And allow yourself to continue walking through this room, bringing this creative strength forward, breathing it in through the stomach, out through the stomach and around you, sharing it with all that is. As you continue to breathe and walk, you notice that there is a door. And as you go to the door and you reach out for the handle, how it slowly and easily turns and swings open as you step into a cloud of beautiful warm light. how it holds you and surrounds you, how it fills you and protects you. And allow yourself to breathe in and out this feeling of love and warmth and protection, of strength and creativity. And allow yourself to be washed over again and again and again. Continuing to breathe, allowing this warmth to pass deeper into you and around you, allowing it to move through you with every breath. And as you continue to breathe, come back to your positive statement. Notice this feeling. Notice these sensations. Notice that they are there no matter what challenges or fears we have about what happens next. Know that you can always access this at any time, at any day, for it always resides in the reality of who you are. And it is only when we believe in our external environment more than our internal environment do we allow this creativity to be quieted. Do we allow the strength of who we are to be weakness? And that you have every gift you need to make positive decisions in your life, to use this creativity to its greatest degree. And as you continue to breathe, allow that breath to bring you further into your physical body lying here on the mat. And as you continue to breathe, start to wiggle your fingers and toes. Start to bring movement back into the body. Start to lift your arms up over your head. Maybe slowly roll over onto your left or right side. Slowly start to push the body back up into a comfortable seated and meditative position. And when you're ready, slowly bringing the hands into a prayer position before the heart. May this power of creativity and strength be present with you in all of the decisions you make through this week. May light and love follow you wherever you go. And know that you are only a choice away from changing the reality of who you are. Dai Bhagwan, my friends, and Namaste. May you have a beautiful week. Know that you can contact me at any point if you need any help or any clarifications or private classes. I hope that you enjoyed our class today, and I look forward to seeing you Friday at 5:30 for Happy Hour Yoga. I will be making the full length of this video available on my YouTube channel. I will be sharing it on my Facebook, since apparently my new camera likes to have a time at which it likes to broadcast. So take care, look forward to seeing you again as I get better and better as we get better and better every day.